A warm welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. In today's video, we're going to be having a look at something that is pretty cool and it's got some good USPs. This is the Feynlab Super Plush Microfibre GSM 370. We'll go into it in a second. We're ready to do a live test with various products on the panel to remove it and stuff like that. Before we do, I'm gearing up to do a best 2025 quick detailer, and maybe we can go mad and we can literally cover the whole lot in quick detailers and, you know, get loads of products in this time. So put in the comments what quick detailer you would like to see in there. I'm trying to do ones I haven't done, but I'm just looking at that one. I've done that one before. That's the Geon one, but it's a good benchmark, that is. So, but I don't want to just repeat the previous test. But anyway, forget about that. Put in the comments which quick detailer you'd like to see in there. It can be a ceramic quick detailer, normal quick detailer, not rinseless washes or waterless washes, and not spray sealants, yeah? Quick detailers, you know what I want. Okay, so Feynlab Super Plush Microfibre 370 GSM. Protection perfected. What is this product, guys? Well, this, let me just open this up. I bought this from Into Detailing and it cost me £2.95, which is very interesting because it is a Korean made, stamp branded, which cost a little bit more money, 370 GSM, which is on the lighter side of this these split pile fluffy cloths. This is an open split pile cloth, so all the fibres point up in the air and dangle around like Christmas trees hanging from the ceiling, as opposed to a sort of weave or a terry style or a loop, you know, like a loop, all the different patterns. This is a slightly more expensive cloth to produce and it has slightly more material. It's an ultrasonic edge cut, so a knife goes whoosh. Sounds very good, that ultrasonic edge. It's just a knife. It's just a knife. Now the cool thing about this is price. We'll just do a price comparison. So I want to compare the price of the Rag Company Eagle Edgeless 350, which is a very similar towel. Not the same towel actually. I don't believe this is made in the same place. It's hard to say, but there's a handful of mills in Korea, and I think when the Rag Company switched over to a new Eagle about 4 years ago, they switched mills to something they thought was better. And I don't think this is the same cloth, I'm pretty sure of that. The telltale sign is the Rag Company one is a little bit softer when you kind of pull it. This has just a little bit more firmness to it. The Rag Company 350 Edgeless costs around about £5 in the UK. You can go and dig out the price, tell me if I'm right or wrong. I was researching it for that video, so I think it's about right. The other price comparison is the one that I've bought a load of back down here, which is our 350 GSM Korean open piled cloths, and Imran sells these for £2.50, so that's £2.95. So why should I buy that one, John? Well, it's 370 GSM. It does come also in an individual bag, which is nice. I don't think Imran has these bags, which is good. And you might not like the yellow colour. You might like the grey colour. I'm not too fussed. When you hang these out on the line, sometimes the flies are drawn to yellow. That's the only reason you might want to use yellow. But virtually every colour, there's a reason not to use it. You might not see the dirt so much on these when they get a bit dirty, but I actually think that type of colour is very cool. There you can see newer ones that I don't think I've used, and then you can see ones that have been used a fair few times. But these Imran cloths are really good. He stopped doing the 10 for £1.60 because that was just too cheap. It was never going to go on forever, that deal. But those are basically 50p cheaper, but that's a slightly denser cloth at 370. So it's cheaper than the Rag Company. It's cheaper than the Crazy Pile Microfibre Madness stuff, which is a higher GSM one. But I will say the Rag Company and Microfibre Madness do give you better care instructions with their products and tell you how to wash their microfibres with instructions there. And if you could do that, if you're going to the effort of putting a bag there, you could put a little card in there that you print off with all your microfibre, how to look after them. It's also nice to put on the packet where it comes from. I was saying about that, they didn't do it, but it says made in China down there. I just didn't spot it, but they didn't put it on the website. But on the website, it does tell you that these are Korean made. So normally I say when they don't tell you, it's Chinese made. But when they don't tell you this one, it's Korean made. So this really in summary, is absolute top quality Korean microfibre at virtually bottom of market price. And here's the interesting stuff, isn't it? Historically, 10 years ago when I was talking about microfibre, brands like the Red Company and stuff specialised in microfibre, and they were just a little bit cheaper than all of the detailing brands that sold microfibre, and they had a big wide range of different stuff. So I tend to get my microfibre from those guys. But it's kind of come full circle now, where the brands are now getting the microfibre and selling it cheaper than the specialists. So it's come full circle. Not all though, not all, but in this instance they are. And I find that interesting because Feynlab products are quite expensive, but for some reason this microfibre cloth is incredibly cheap. That's one of the reasons I bought it. Now, as always with these open pile cloths, I'm telling you now, this has that gumminess that this Wolfpack one doesn't quite have. It's got this gummy feeling to it, which is lovely. If you've never used an open pile cloth, the first time you use it on paintwork, really, which is what they're great for, you'll be amazed. You'll be like, holy cow, these are just amazing. This is all that's going to touch my paint forever, nothing else. Then you might go through a period where you really use these towels, and 10 washes down the line you've been abusing them a bit and you're getting linting off them because you're washing them with other things like wash mitts and other cloths, because you can't be, you've only got one of them, so you don't make up a wash load for it, or you've only got 2 of them. And then once you get contamination in the towel, every time you use it, you might notice little whiskers on the panel and stuff like that. You might suddenly use them with detail sprays and find them a bit grippy. You might go and buff your glass with them, and then you'll notice it'll be covered in whiskers because the glass will literally pull fibres from this. And people complain, they say these cloths will lint and all that sort of stuff. It's the nature of the beast. If you look at the thing, it's covered in tiny little microfibre strands poking up. So if you work this cloth too hard, you're going to pull those fibres out, or you're going to pull any lint that's in the cloth out. But this cloth's brand new. I haven't washed it. And this here we've got heavy Rupes blue coarse compound, which is difficult to remove. There we've got glaze, black hull, which is easy to remove. And here we've got turtle wax, graphene wax to the max, or whatever it's called, graphene paste wax, which I think is quite an oily wax. So we're getting the full smorgasbord. Now let's just do some buffage with this. I mean, this is why. I mean, when you use these cloths for the first time, it's just like heaven. You'll convert. If you've never used them before, you'll just convert and you'll go, wow. Because when they work. There isn't a single piece of lint anywhere on my paintwork. And they just work, and it's beautiful. It's the way it's picked that up. However, if that product wasn't good, you know, and it was a homemade wax that wasn't quite as good, and it's sticking to the paint, and you have to pull on it too hard, there becomes a tipping point where you'll pull fibres from this. So a lot of people would always blame the cloths, but they're only fibres of microfibre. You can see how thin they are. So if you work them too hard, you can get whiskers all in your paintwork. And that's what I want to show you, to see if we're going to get any whiskering or any problems. So let's go again. Look at this. It just works so well. Yeah, brilliant. Look at that. Not a single whisker, nothing. Cloth is incredibly soft. I haven't even had to change sides yet because there's so many fibres and the mopping action of all these fibres. You know, by now, well, maybe not by now, but with other cloths, the surface starts getting saturated. These are great for final wipe downs after you've done a coating, yeah? Imagine I coated the whole car and done all the wipe down. Just going back over with one of these will get anything, you know, get what's left. So this is going to be a bit harder to buff. You've got a lovely shot of that there. I can feel this is harder. This is a lot more sticky, so this is going to test it. Are we getting any fibres? So far, no, but I can feel it's like, wee. Let's move over here. A lot tougher. It's going to require a few passes to get all this polish up. And a flip as well. You can see it's still not all up. So I'm going to flip sides for the first time now and get this clean side. And we'll get the rest of it up. You can see bits there. Yeah, so interesting. It's got it all, yeah, it's no problem. But this cloth is not ideal for that heavy compound. It's not. You'd want a thinner one that you could work a bit harder. That's just too soft for that compound, which is fine. Which is fine. It's more to do with the nature of the beast, and these towels aren't suitable for everything, but they are damn good, and this is as good as anything. It's really good cloth. Let's just flip completely one more time. Just give that a little wipe. I can still feel that. Still feel that compound. It's a good test for a product, that is. And let's just go in with our detail spray. Let's do it. Let's do it on the roof. On the roof here now. Let's get a nice mist in a detail spray. Probably be putting detail spray on detail spray. Let's just work that into a nice little film over our entire roof. That smells good. It's that wax is dead one. Right, just work into a film. Here we go, and we're going to flip our cloth over. We've got our little film there. That will start vaping, but if I go to the other side, I'm just going to buff. Is that wet? No, it's okay. Buff it up. So it's not sticking or anything like that, but it's very humid in here. No, it's absolutely fine. It's fine. Just pick it all up. The cloth's a little bit wet now, but no, that's good. Yeah, it's fine. But you will find sometimes these cloths aren't always ideal on detail sprays. When they start getting wet, so the side that I've spread it with now, that's kind of done until you wash that cloth or it dries off because it's all wet, you know what I mean? I haven't had any fluff come out of that at all. I can still see where I haven't got all of that product. You see that, where it ends. So it's not so good on certain things. Just get that, it's going to bug me otherwise. Put a bit of panel wipe over that. Actually, I'll put a bit of quick detailer on there because probably just applying that polish has probably stripped off whatever's there. So just spread that up and down. And I'm running out of sides to flip to, so I'm going to have to do the complete unravel that way, up, and then over, and then I've got a dry side there. And I'll just buff that in. Yeah, lovely. I mean, this cloth is as good as it gets. It really is. It's a great cloth. Price is brilliant. I wouldn't use it for waterless wash because it's too good for that. That's where perhaps these Chinese ones that are saying the price, that's the same price. This is a better cloth for me than that. In the same way the Eagle 350 is a better cloth than that. The Korean stuff is just gummier. It's like really soft. It's lovely. If you're still in love with microfibre and you've not tried this, go and buy one of these. You'll love it. You'll love this cloth. But just be aware there are limitations to them. So you can't work these too hard, like I've said. They're no good for cleaning interiors because you know, if you're cleaning dirt and stuff and putting dirt in these fibres, they're too good for that. You want to keep them nice and use them as a final wipe down for a wax or for a finishing polish, that sort of thing. Or that final wipe down after you've done all your main wiping down for a coating or something like that. Whatever. Too nice to destroy though, perhaps. So I personally wouldn't use them for coatings. I'd use them for polish or wax, really. That's how I'd use them. So yeah, top class product, very good price. You won't beat that price beyond Imran's 350s. I don't think you'll beat that price for Korean. So again, I encourage you in the comments to always put in, if you think you can, but don't put in Chinese open pile. Put in Korean open pile and see if you can beat that price. I don't think you will. Yeah, lovely product, lovely cloth, good class, good quality. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. I've been swimming, so I'm tired. I've got some coffee here. What's going on at the moment beyond this? But this product, guys, if you want to check it out, I'll put a link in the description. You might even be able to get 5% discount off it now. Imran was saying my discount code is not 10% anymore. Used to be 10% on a small thing, so you always used to hear me say it might not work. I think it's 5% now on everything. So lots of stuff. So you should be able to get 5% off on that if you put the code forensic in at checkout, and I'll put a link in the description. We are also, the other day we looked at this thing, didn't we? We looked at this thing. We were talking about wash mitts again, and it piqued my interest. And some of you guys mentioned about the Car Pro Dib Dab. Well, I think it's Dab Dab, isn't it? Dib Dab, Dab Dab, Dib Dib Dib, Dub Dub Dub, Dab Dab. And it piqued my interest. So I've bought the Car Pro Dab Dab, and I've bought a Fresh Incredi pad, and I've bought a Deli pad as well. And I'm going to do a best wash pad or wash mitt 2025, but it's going to be a short version of this because I've gone through all the different formats before, and I don't want to do a big long forensic test on it because I just can't be bothered. I've done it before. I've done it before twice on my channel, and we did it with the PVD guys where we went to hell and back looking at wash mitts, so I'm not going to do it for a fourth time. But it's like a roundup of where I think perhaps the best wash mitts or pads for your cars are at the moment. And it will be the high quality stuff. I think in that video of the Microfibre Madness, lots of people were saying, oh, I can get this for like £3 off Paragon or £4 off Paragon, or I can get it for £2 off Alibaba, or you can get this company's one for £7, and they're all cheaper, and they're all made in China, and they're all the same. Well, they're not. I should have got that across in the video. Like Microfibre Madness, one of the things about them is they make it in Germany. They import their materials. They don't manufacture microfiber. They import the microfiber rolls from Korea, and then they manufacture their products in-house, which is cool, and it allows them to really, you know, stretch the boundaries, use better foams that don't disintegrate. And I think, like Brian was saying from Detailing World, the Microfibre Madness stuff tends to last longer than an AliExpress wash pad or wash mitt. But to be fair, an AliExpress wash mitt for £2 is still kind of quite good for £2. So you can go that way if you want to, but I'm not going to go that way with this video. I just want to show the things that I think are the absolute best. And if you want to buy AliExpress stuff, we all know that hack, don't we? And it's a good hack. You can buy good stuff off there, but it's cheating, and it's all copied, and it's all made in these kind of mass kind of like warehouses, you know. Yeah, so yeah, I don't tend to go that way when I'm doing the best, but you could with wash mitts. What else was I going to say? I can't remember. Lots of other things to come. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm getting old, you know, I've been doing this too long. But the Feynlab Super Plush 370 GSM cloth is really good, and it's really good for its price point as well, like that. Okay, over and out. Doug.